Hello, everyone. Welcome back to One Pound to Freedom. Thank you so much, guys, for watching our videos. Thank you for all the comments, the likes, the sharing of our videos, and just continue to watch, like, subscribe. And today we are in Tafara, Harare, Zimbabwe, commonly known as Mavoko Tafara. Mavoko Tafara is ghetto, guys. This is when we're talking about original ghetto in Harare, we talk about Haifiridzi, Mavuku Tafara, So that's where my husband was born at Mavuku Clinic, went to primary school at Sinirano Primary School, went to Mavuku High for his high school, then left and went to do his degree at Chinua University, and then life began. So when we moved to the UK in 2022, we were always thinking of businesses that we can do in Zimbabwe, the kind of businesses that we can be able to have control and be able to oversee and overlook and, just know what's going on, even if we're not on the ground. So our first business idea was Bone in Tafara. That's where it all started. So this business, we opened doors to the business in 2024 last year, January. So we've been operating this business for 2 years now. So this idea, it was a business which Talent and his younger brother Kuda had been doing for a long time, even way before me and Kudzi, Kuda's wife, joined the family. These guys had already been doing the business. So that's me and Tale, and that's our business partners Kuda and Kudzi. So in some of my videos I've actually mentioned Kuda because he did most of the running around for the building project. So how did this business started and what is the business? I want to welcome you all to our first business in Zimbabwe, opened January 2024. The Lighthouse Academy welcomes you all. So for this business, like I said, the idea was not a new idea. Tale and Kuda are very good at maths and accounts. So the two had been doing extra lessons for a while in and around Tafara. Kids used to come at home, they would teach them. So the number of children who used to come for extra lessons started growing and growing. And then in 2022, so that's the Lighthouse Bana, that's where it's situated, and it welcomes everybody. We welcome you all to the Lighthouse Academy. We are located at 4188 Nyere Crescent in Tafara. So this is where Tale and Kuda grew up. They were born there, raised there, had all their young life there before going in different places. So anyway, that's the front of the school, and those are our flags. So in Zimbabwe, if you're just a college which is not registered, you cannot put a Zimbabwean flag up. But because our college is officially registered with the Ministry of Education, we've got our council certificates and all paperwork that's needed for us to be operating as a private college. So we are allowed to put the flags up. We are allowed to have the president's portrait in the school. So there I was talking to Kuda and I was saying, Principal Munyonga, do you have a few words to say to the people regarding our school? And he was saying yes. And I was saying, look into the camera and say something. Kuda is so funny. He is a really funny guy, but we've had a great relationship since I've known him. So anyway, that's me going into the school. It's a high school, so we've got from Form 1 to Form 6. And those are some of the classes. So I'm just going to explain the history of how we started this business. So Kuda and Tale, like I was saying before, had been doing extra lessons for quite a while. And then when we moved to the UK in 2022, we were thinking of what business we could do. Kuda remained in Zimbabwe and he continued with the extra lessons business. So later on, Kuda came up with the idea in 2023 and it was like, you guys, I'm thinking, let's turn this extra lessons business that I'm now doing by myself as a formal private school that we can actually register, and we can have kids officially coming to school with a proper uniform, a proper curriculum and everything, like a formal school. So Kuda and Kudzi, because they are the ones who are on the ground, did the research. So Kuda is Munyonga and Kudzi is Madam Munyonga, but I just call them Kuda and Kudzi because I've known them a long time. So anyway, Kuda and Kudzi did all the research of what's needed to register, the paperwork that they'll need at the ministry, what the council or city council expects you to have in terms of water, sanitary, just to make sure the whole place is sanitary, is safe for the children and everybody working there. So he did his research, he compiled everything. He also did a research of what would need for the school to start operating, classroom furniture, would need staff, teachers to be working there. We need staff to be able to do the cleaning around, everything that we needed. Then he came up with the proposal, he came up with the budget that was needed, and we started working on making sure that we turned this home into a school. So this is what we invested our 2023 into, both of us. So they put their chunk, we also put our chunk, and we partnered into this business. And when we opened the primary school, we said it's a private school, and we don't want, what we are looking for is quality of education and not really quantity. So we're looking at having 15 students in a classroom. So from Form 1, 15 students, Form 2 up until Form 6. So when we opened our doors in 2023, we actually did very well, because Kuda and Kudzi and the other team which was on the ground that they hired to help them with advertising and giving out flyers did a very good job, and we opened the school with very good numbers. We had about 63 children all in all, and our school fees in January of 2024 was $250 per student, and we're also selling our uniforms at the school, from the blazer, the pair of uniforms and everything that a child would need. So everyone, even those who used to come for extra lessons, were then integrated into a formal school. Parents came, wanted to understand how everything was going to work. That's the girls' toilet, how everything was going to work, and we explained everything to them, and they really liked the idea. And also because we just did not pop up from Norway. These guys had been doing extra lessons for a very long time in their community, and all the children who used to come to the house for extra lessons did very well in their respective subjects that they would come for lessons for. So when we spread the news that we were actually starting a high school, a formal school, the community was very happy with that. So we never really struggled with the children. Parents just decided to take the children from the formal government schools and enroll them in the private school. So we started with a good number of children, and from there the business has been growing. And we started also having primary school, parents coming to say, don't you have primary school classes, because we've got our kids, we're going to government schools but they're not doing very well. So Kudzi is very good with primary school subjects, so she started doing extra lessons for primary schools. And because the kids, the children for primary school have also, their numbers started increasing, we've then decided to open a primary school from grade 0 to grade 6 in January of 2026. So that's our second project that we're working on. Or that's our first project for 2026, opening a primary school. So it's not going to be at the same location, 4188. This is just going to be a high school. We found a second location in the same neighborhood because that's where our clientele is. And we're working on turning the place that we found into a very good primary school, buying furniture. So that's what we're working on at the moment. So I must say that this business has been very fruitful. It's been a very successful video business because the kids have done very well, and Kuda and Kudzi have really managed to make sure that they maintain the standards of education, very high children write their examinations and they are passing. And we also employ teachers who are also very qualified in the subjects that they are teaching. So this business wasn't very difficult for us to invest into and partner with Kuda and Kudzi, because firstly, Kuda and Kudzi are family, but we've known them. They're very trustworthy, and we've had a very close relationship, and we've always spoken about these things, that let not money separate us. So they've been transparent with the business, and it's a business where we can easily just look into the numbers. How many kids are there? What have you invested in? What is the money? Where's the money gone to? And we've all profit share, the money for profit there's never been any issues of not receiving money. Most of the money that went into building the house came from the Lighthouse Academy. So that's one thing about investing into Zimbabwe. Make sure you're investing in a business that will yield profit, but you're also able to manage it even from afar. So let me take this opportunity to advertise our school. If you've got your children from grade 0 to form 6 in Harare, or even outside Harare, we're also looking into boarding facilities. So in Harare, please contact Kuda and Kudzi on the flyers that I'm gonna put as an overlay on this videos, and get in touch. Come to our school, see our business. So I took this video in December, which was holiday season, so there are no kids at the school at the moment, but I'm just gonna put pictures so that you can see some of the pictures that we took of the children during the past year, so that you can just see our uniforms. And I'm also gonna put the flyers, and I want to encourage somebody who's in the diaspora. It's possible to have a business in Zimbabwe that will do very, very well. This business is doing so well that even if we decide to move back home right now, it will be able to sustain us. But we haven't reached a point where we have done everything we want to do for comfortability. So that's why we're still working towards making sure that when we move back to Zim, we've got everything that we need. Everything that makes our life comfortable is in place. So be inspired. Look for partners who you can trust. Invest in a business that won't give you so much headaches. This business has nothing to do with buying and selling. As long as the facilities are great, parents will send their children to the school. Thank you so much for watching our video. We're now going to Uzumba. So thank you so much for watching our videos. Continue to subscribe, like and share, and have a beautiful day. Hope Christmas was great, and I wish you a wonderful 2026. Bye. The Lighthouse Academy welcomes you all. The light that never fails. Our mantras are smart, integrity, and diligent. So enrollment is in progress for Form 1s to Form 6, as well as from grade 0 to grade 6. And you've got the best team of teachers, which are led by Sam Munyonga. For everybody who stays in Tafara and places around Mavugu Tafara, very familiar with Sam Munyonga because he's been teaching maths and other subjects for the longest time. So what we specialize in is interactive learning. So our average students per class are 15 students, and we teach both Cambridge and ZimSec as well. So we've got a great range of subjects that you can pick from, and we're also a good school that offers free internet access. And like I said, we're also enrolling from grade 0 to grade 6 for the Lighthouse Junior School, which we are opening doors in January of 2026. So those are our primary school children. That's our uniform, blue skirts. Our colors are blue and red. So most of our uniforms are different patterns or different styles of blue and red. So those are our primary school children in their full uniform with blazers. And that's the sports attire for our primary school. And that's our high school from Form 1 to Form 6. The red blazers are the seniors. The blue blazers are Form 1 to 4. Those are the seniors. The the Form 6, Form 5 and Form 6. They wear their khaki pants and they read. That's a sports attire for the high schools, complete sports attire. And those are the Form 6 chaps. Those are the Form 5s and Form 6 classes of 2024. So enrollment is in progress and we welcome you all. Have a lovely day. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share. Have a beautiful new year. Bye.